Hello everyone. So today I'm gonna work on how to make the characters gaze maintain towards the player. Now here you can see this red line represents the direction character is looking at. So only when the difference between the look at direction, the forward of the enemy and the direction of its opponent, current opponent, is larger than 90, it does a turning, an in place turning with the animation, but on the other time he's just the gaze is maintained through by modifying the bonds in the runtime in the animation blueprint. So here you can see it is maintaining where he's looking at. See, this red line is just to represent his direction of looking at. Obviously it's going to change when it's doing an attack. If I slow down, you can see as I move his head is rotating, and now it's changing because he's performing an attack. Oh no, he's just blocking. So but still he's maintaining the gaze. Okay, so yeah, this is what we are going to work on today. How to make enemies continue to look at its opponent while engaging in the fight. And we do that by modifying bone rotations on the on the upper body of the character through the animation blueprint. If I add maybe 2 characters, you can still see. Maybe you can see it clearly. See, their gaze is maintained even though their footwork remains even their foot remains static on the ground. Okay, alright, let's see how to do this today. And before we get started, let me remind you that you can download the project files of this project and all other thousands of projects I have done from the Patreon page. Once you become a member, not just this project, you can download project files of all thousands of projects that I have done in my channel. And also this is a part of this action RPG with gameplay ability system series, so feel free to watch all of the episodes as well. I'll leave the link to the full playlist in the description below. Alright, now let's see how to implement maintaining the look at direction towards the enemy today. Alright, so right now in my current implementation I do have a way to make the character turn to the enemy. Here you can see with an animation, but there is no constant maintaining of the gaze. So that's what I want to address now, because when there is only a minor difference, less than 90 degrees between the direction that the character is looking at and the direction of the enemy, we don't really do anything. It's just only when either when we move or either when the target direction exceeds the difference 90 degrees, we turn to there. Okay, so first, to make things easier to see where the character is looking at, let's add a simple visualizer so that we can see where the character is looking at. So here let me add just a simple cube and make sure there are no collisions, and make it small like this, and then longer. Maybe that's too much. Just 10. Okay, maybe a little bit thinner. Alright, that's better. And I'll move it forward. And move up to align with eye level. And now this should be attached to the head. So under mesh, these are not, I'm gonna remove them. These are just for demonstrations, and so only for testing. So I'll make this scene attached to the head. Okay, and then let's name it. Okay, now we can see where the character is looking at. So if I play the game, now you can see for both characters where they are looking at. So you can see even if the character is already targeted towards the enemy, there is some offset. So that offset is actually coming from the, I know where it is coming from. That is coming from here. If I open my animation blueprint, if I go to the anim graph, here I have this upper body slot. So in this case, that offset only comes when the character go into blocking mode. See, so the reason is the blocking animation uses here this upper body slot, and upper body slot blended with the spine 1 bone. So we need to address this as well. But and also that's not enough. In order to maintain the gaze, we need to make sure the character is looking at us even when they are not turning. So there is a node called look at. So here we can pick which bone to modify in order to make the character look at. So we can modify the neck or neck 2 or head or whatever you want, or the spine 5. So it will also rotate the maybe hands as well. So and also here we can expose look at axis. No, not look, expose look at target. So here expose as pin. Now we need to give where to look at, and if I remove this in local space, we can give a world space location. Now if I somehow get the current locked enemy and give its location as this look at location, the character should maintain the gaze, maintain the sight towards his enemy. So how do we do that? Okay, first let's add locked. Let me say, no, instead of enemy I call it locked target, because when I say target, perhaps I can give not necessarily an animal and character, maybe just some other thing like a vehicle or anything as well. So that makes sense to call it target instead of enemy. And I'll make this actor object. Alright, and then here in the event graph we have this blueprint update animation, and let me collapse this part. Trajectory. I'll add another pin here. let's get the lock target and convert to a validated get. If yes, I can get actor location, and if I go here, so this is called locat location. I'll promote this to a variable, so we easily get the name locat location. Part to adhere to the naming convention I have used, I'll remove spaces. Okay, now here I think if this is a character, we would need some offset to match the eye level, because usually we look at the eye level of the enemy, not the middle of the character. So let's add 50 and set this as the locat location. Okay, and also to make things easier, I'll add another boolean variable, focus. So if this is valid, I'll set focus to true, and if it is not valid, I'll set focus to false. Okay, now we do need a way to set this lock target as well. So for that, I already have interface VPI character animation. So here, where is it? Here, I'll add a function set focus, and locked actor. Let's pass an actor. Right, now let's implement it here. Set focus event. So I'll simply set this lock target. Okay, now all we need is a way to set this. So that's simple, because we already have an event that do that here. Here we have lock on enemy, so I can simply get the mesh, get an instance, and set focus, and pass this lock target. Target. Okay, and when I lock off, I can do the same thing. So let me simply duplicate this and call it no reference, so that should clear out. Okay, so that should clear out whatever the value in this lock target. Alright, now let's go back to the anim graph, and here I think we should do this part over here before the default sort montage is blended into the animation, because if I try to rotate the head on top of the montage, because in the montage there may be things like dodging and all other things going on, so the head rotation might look weird. So I don't want to add that after those montage actions, so here would be better. Okay, now we have the target, and I have selected maybe spine. Phi is a good choice. And this alpha, I'll simply connect this focus to alpha. So if this is false, this alpha will be 0 when the boolean is casted. If this is 1, alpha will be, if this is true, alpha would become 1. Okay, maybe I should have simply used an float and use it instead of focus, but yeah, never mind. You can do that if you think it's better. Okay, do we have everything we need to test? Oh, see. Okay, all right, it's not doing that anymore. Okay, now shall I test? If I go into the locked mode, yeah, now you can see character do rotate with me even if the but always there is an offset, see, but it does maintain looking at me, but there is an offset. So as I said, offset is coming from the blending of block animation. See, now I am looking at the target, but if I go to block animation, there is this offset. So the lookout part is now actually done. So all we need to resolve is, let me add multiple characters here so it's easier for us to test. Yeah, so they are maintaining location but case, but there is an offset. So let's look into this offset now. So as I said, it's coming from the blocking. Let me show you. Block. Here we have this sword and shield block reaction, block. So this is the montage, and if I show you here, now you can see the character is actually looking forward here, but this is added when the character is on idle. This sword and shield idle combat ready, this is applied on top of this combat ready animation. So here you can see the leg is, foot is like this, that is also looking forward, but the foot is like this. But in this animation it's fine, but when I blend the block animation on top of this, so here you see the block has this differences in previous bonds. So when I add only the top part after this spine 1, the upper body rotation is not correct. So that's what happened in here. So to fix that, here let me open this animation. If I rotate this, if I modify this animation, so we are doing the modification in spine 1, we are doing the blending in spine 1, so I think I should do the modification above that. So that, let's try spine 2 in world space. Let's add, oh wait, let's rotate it 20 degrees and okay, and apply. Now this should be somewhat fixed. Let's see. Yeah, see, now they are actually maintaining the gaze properly. obviously when they move around there can be some changes, and when they do other actions head is always moving, but generally their targeting is looks correct. Okay, I modified the material to make it look better. So yeah, now you see when the character is changing, getting into the block stance, there is a difference. So that's because here in the montage I have 3 states. Block, we have block start and block loop and block end. So block start is like this. So here also we need to add the same offset to the spine too, and I'll do that now. That's block start and block end. Now it should look fine, but I find it's hard to maintain, pay attention when there are multiple characters. So let's reduce to 1, and if I slow down and move, now you can see, yeah, when the character is not here, character is rotating using the animation, and once the animation is done, hips back to maintaining the gaze. If I move, you see character is, oh, now he's performing an attack, so obviously head is going to move. But other than that, let's wait for him to finish the attack. Oh, after attack he's doing a jump back. Oh, he's doing another attack. Okay, now let me slow down, and here you see he's maintaining the gaze using the node that we did. Okay, great. So it is doing what we wanted to do. Cool. So yeah, that's actually all I wanted to do today. Okay, so thanks for watching. As always, updated project files will be available for download in Patreon page. Link would be in the description below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I'll try to address them and hopefully provide answers. So yeah, see you in the next episode. Goodbye.